Binding this one with old dried grapes on it and the discolored and beautiful fall colored leaves. You're going to lose a lot of leaves because they will dry and fall off and crumble, but that's okay. You might have a few little pieces tucked in that are rather joyful. It's making it. Use what you have. I have this black wire that has copper in the middle. I have this mock orange tree that got dried out, so I sliced them in very thin slices and let them dry out in the sunshine for like a week. I was thinking I was going to Mod Podge them to make them shiny, but I'm not going to. I think that they have enough holes in them that I can wire them. They're pretty stiff. The bees are no longer interested in them, and they're rather pretty. I cut some magnolia, eucalyptus, pine, olive boughs, and the grape vines. I've already bound 10 grapevines into wreaths in different shapes, and I'm going to show you how to do one real fast. If someone has a vineyard near you, you can learn how to cut them properly for them and offer to do it for free and take fresh cuttings. The fresh cuttings are most important because they're very supple. Otherwise you're going to have to soak them in water and pray they don't crack. 4 feet long with the ends all not at one place. This way when you bind them together, they're going to hold and look pretty. I like this coated wire because I had it for another use, but it is strong enough to hold a bunch of vines and keep adjusting it, opening it, adding more, closing it. And you'll see here I have some that are dried, and I'll either cover them up with pine cones and greenery, or I can remove them and the grapevines will hold place once they dry and the ends are held in nicely. Our weather here is pretty dry, and these are out overnight where a little bit of moisture gets on them, so they're not exactly 100% dry all the time, but you could do this indoors on your patio. I think I like doing it outdoors because it's just beautiful weather in the fall. Hi, hummingbird. Nice to see you. One way, which is going to be the back, because some of these I'm going to remove as it dries. Some I may need and just leave and tuck in. And you can tighten as you go here. I've made a nice circle, and this is about 32 inches to 32 inches in diameter. And here's my next one. Put that on my pile. You can see how a fresh one is soft and the colors are really bright, whereas these from 3 days ago are dried and kind of wrinkly. But when I add greenery on top, you're not really going to see much of the grape ivy, which is the structure. Use what you have. I have pine cones galore to gather, and I took about 100 of them and I soaked them in water with 2 cups of bleach just to kind of change the color and make them look frosty, and I think they're quite pretty. And I also have succulents. I'm going to cut some pieces of succulents and put them as dressing on the top, and some of my fancy chicken feathers, which I have plenty saved from the year. I have different colored ones, and those will be little bits on top. You'll see. Here's one in progress, and I hang it up vertically so I can see how it's going to look if it needs. Top left something here for balance, something softer.